In this video, we're going to talk about all the possible ways to make money in crypto. This is not a clickbait, I'm really going to go through everything, and this table that you can see right now on the screen, it's part of my ebook where I go through everything in detail and show you how you can really make money in crypto. So let's get started because this list is pretty long, but also you can think about it in different ways, basically either through investing, through salary, or through chasing airdrops. You can make money in crypto, and depending on how much time you want to put into crypto or what are your tech levels for like coding, designing and stuff like that, you will get more or less depending also on what you want to put into that. So I wanted to get started with DeFi because this is something that people tend to start with. DeFi is basically all decentralized finance. So for example, all the different staking and yield farms. So staking is simple to explain, especially right now that Ethereum is proof of stake. It means that putting your coins in a lock will give you some percentage. It's the same as interest account with your bank. So it's working the same. Usually the difficulty of getting started is pretty low to medium, maybe understanding some terms for like how to install a MetaMask wallet, how to set up your ETH and then connect that to Lido or Rocket Pool to do liquid staking. That takes some understanding, but basically nothing that you should spend more than like for example 2-3 days to understand if you're just getting started. If you're already in crypto, then it's probably pretty easy for you, and generally speaking there's no maintenance cost unless you want to get much more APY. APY means the total percentage of the potential profit, because with standard staking you're only getting around 5%. This is still fantastic for no work, 5% on your ETH, but you can get much more if you try to follow where new farms are launching. So new farms meaning usually that there's a new coin, new protocol, and basically this new protocol incentivizes its users so that whenever you put that token from that protocol plus something like ETH or USDC, you will get you're basically giving liquidity, and for that you're giving additional tokens. So usually this is the way to get more tokens. This however quite risky because of course you don't know how popular this token will be, so actually it might in the end lose your money. But of course there's always risk to everything, and as you can see through this list, depending on how risky you want to play, you can make much more money but also lose everything. Staking ETH is pretty non-risky. Of course you can always lose your ETH to a hack, to a scam, maybe put that in a wrong exchange, but usually speaking the whole mechanism for staking with ETH is pretty well understood, and there's little risk to that. Of course, not saying that there's no risk at all. Not a financial advice, by the way, nothing here is, only educational purpose. Okay, going next is totally different stuff. Small coins, so all the meme coins, for example, recently like Pepe, Voyak, Chad, Turbo. There's many different coins that has launched recently and got up super high, but also fallen as much. So for example, if you bought at the top of, for example, Pepe at 1.5 billion dollars, you lost right now around 50% to 70% of your investment. However, if you were super early to the investment, then you probably could make 10 or 100x within the span of a couple of weeks. This is of course very alluring, but you have to understand that this is very risky, and the only way to actually get into this kind of investments is when you really put a lot of time. So if you don't have pretty much a full time, or at least like 3 to 4 hours per day to think about meme coins or small coins, other coins launching, then probably this category is not for you. There's a lot of time that you need to put into that. There are people who are chasing those coins full time, unless you have a good network. So another way to make money with small coins is having a good network and being able to jump in because your friends told you about a particular coin. So this is the only two ways. So the second way is actually pretty standard when you think about startups and VCs, because when you're a startup, when you're a VC, when you try to invest in startups, then basically your network is everything. With crypto, it's pretty much similar. So either you can be all time connected to the news on chain, or the other way is having friends that are connected. So this is the only way. If you're, however, taking crypto as a side hustle, this category is probably not for you because the risk is just immense. You can quickly lose all of your capital. Next category is yet totally different beast with crypto airdrops. So airdrops are pretty interesting because basically this is free money given to you for testing new protocols. And this is interesting, and really I would recommend this category for anyone that has quite a lot of time, or maybe not that much, but they definitely do not have capital and want to build that crypto wealth from the start, from the ground up. This is basically the case for crypto airdrops. Why people are giving money in crypto? Basically because they want to have users to test whatever they're building, and usually those kind of airdrops can pay you from couple dollars to couple $100, but the best ones can pay you even couple $1,000. So the most recent ones that were super popular were, for example, Arbitrum, which was giving away something like between $1,000 to $10,000 for the best users, and Blair, which was pretty crazy one and even paid out someone, I think, $2 million, but that was purely for users that use the platform. And in order to use the platform, you needed to money in the first place. So, but even though if you had like no money, you could still get Arbitrum airdrop for most of the time. So this was pretty interesting one. Again, crypto airdrops are great for getting started, but after like certain threshold, I don't know, maybe $5,000, $10,000, they're really not that substantial, and chasing them after that is more losing time than gaining money. So I would just recommend that in the beginning, especially that chasing airdrops means that you also learn a lot about the blockchain, how it works, how different DeFi protocols work as well. Okay, next category, something which is great for beginners really, is long-term hold, because the time needed for that is super low. You just buy and hold maybe DCA, so dollar cost average. You buy every month or every second month some small portion of like BTC or ETH. I wouldn't recommend going for anything else, because basically the idea here is that you keep on buying in a bear market and you keep on selling in a bull market. So right now we are in a bear market, so probably I don't know if we are in a bottom or not, maybe we even bottom more, but buying like every month right now would make sense if, for example, your timeline is like 3 to 5 years, and then when there's a bull market, so where everyone tries to are super optimistic, this is the moment when you start selling. This way you can make at least 50%, maybe even much more if we get to the previous highs of Bitcoin and ETH. And this is pretty much, again, pretty low risk if you hold your coins securely either on like Coinbase or have a hardware wallet or somewhere else, but this is pretty easy to set up and pretty easy to understand. You buy for the long-term hold, you purely believe in the main assets in crypto, and you don't care about different altcoins, small coins that are appearing. Pretty standard way. This is basically a huge bet on crypto itself. Of course, the risk being that crypto is being heavily regulated and maybe those kind of opportunities won't appear ever again. This is always the case. Then we have NFTs. NFTs are super similar to small coins in a way. They actually, each NFT collection really trades like a small cap coin, and they're as high risk, as high time needed as small coins. The problem right now is that we're definitely in the bottom of the market. The attention of people shifted to meme coins, and there's not really a lot of buyers in NFTs. In 2021, you could really get into NFTs and basically it would be the same as with meme coins. So no matter what you minted, you probably would be profitable in the long run. But this kind of strategy needed was difficult in the beginning because you need to choose wisely the collections you want to mint. And then it really needed a lot of time in the beginning to set up. So again, definitely not recommended for beginners, especially right now. If you're thinking about NFTs, maybe think about starting with small coins, unless you're really in NFTs for like digital art, which is totally separate category. I won't be talking about that. But generally speaking, NFTs are difficult. Then crypto trading. So crypto trading is a category that actually a lot of people think that making money in crypto is from crypto trading. As you can see, this is one of the many categories that I have here on the list, and actually it's not one of my favorites, again, because this is difficult. Like crypto trading, especially things like day trading, scalping, or doing different kind of advanced trading strategies, that's difficult. Maybe the only thing I believe in that you can do as a side hustle is really narrative trading, which is looking for the narratives like meme coins and playing into that early on, and then going out of the trade when the narrative is fading. This is something I discuss in my ebook and also on my channel throughout different videos. But generally speaking, I wouldn't recommend crypto trading, especially day trading, for beginners. So I think people really mistaking crypto trading with long-term holding and just buying a couple of coins maybe for the long term. Most of the people would be better off if they just buy, hold, and forget, and just come back to the market many months, many years later. Crypto trading usually leads to super high losses. Of course, the potential is immense if you know what you're doing, but still, it's really high in difficulty, learning everything, thinking through strategies that you want to take, and then also how much time you need to properly trade. Again, this is not a side hustle. You at least need a couple of hours per day, every day, to trade properly, to at least get the news and think about when you want to enter the market, when you want to exit the market, and so on. Really difficult. Then on the list we have crypto job. So finding a job is you can actually find a job whatever you're doing in a crypto startup, or like a DAO, maybe work for an NFT collection, work for a meme coin, especially if you have skills like being a coder. For example, you're coding in Rust, JavaScript, Solidity. You'll definitely find something in almost any crypto startup. Of course, marketing is pretty huge in crypto. So if you're a good marketer, be that copywriting, maybe you're good at getting to the potential clients, then this is definitely also going to go well. Another job which is pretty low on requirement skills is being a moderator on, for example, Discords, because people need engagement, especially in crypto. So if you can manage people on Discord, engage with them in the conversation, this might be a good entry point here to get into crypto. So think about that. This is really a nice way to think about the market as well, because you're not really playing into chasing the hype and making sure that, you know, your investment will go up. You're really putting your time trying to develop skills, and also you are in the market. But there are different pluses that you don't have that you have in crypto that you don't have elsewhere, and that is you might get the coins for a particular startup you work for, or you can get a whitelist on NFT collection and so on. So if the particular project you're working on is successful, then you will get you'll be a part of that success as well. And I think this is great because this is something that why people are working for startups, meaning they can get shares equity in that startup, and when the startup IPOs, they'll be able to sell that. However, in crypto, it's much faster. You usually have coins, so that if you start working for a startup, you might get some coins later on. Really great stuff. Then final thing is bots. Now, this doesn't need much time in the long run, but in the short term, first of all, you need a lot of time to think about what kind of bot you're doing, whether that's like a trading bot following particular, I don't know, technical analysis strategy that you have, looking at RSI, stuff like that. Maybe you want to run a MEV bot. I've talked a lot about that on my channel. This is really high level thing, especially in the beginning. But if you're a good coder, if you're willing to put the time, especially in the beginning, this can definitely be a side hustle. You can definitely start a bot in a weekend and then run it through a week to like take the data, optimize that, and you know. So for example, if you're working at Google, Facebook, or Microsoft, you can probably do that after hours, thinking about different intricacies. However, you really have to be technical. So if you're not technical and someone promises you to give you the code of a bot that trades really well and it will give you like, I don't know, $1,000 a week, don't trust that guy, because probably he or she is trying to scam you. No one is going to share with you the code of a working and profitable bot, because simply that's taking away opportunities from that someone who actually coded the bot. So nobody is going to give you to that. This is not going to happen. So you have to code the bots yourself, also to be sure what's in it, really. So those are all the options that you have in the crypto market. You probably can go in details with, for example, different DeFi strategies. Also, there are different categories of small coins, not necessarily meme coins, airdrops as well. Basically, everything here can be really gotten into deeply, and you can think about it also in different ways. Maybe also I can mention that in a crypto job, you can also be an entrepreneur, so doing your own products, or maybe being a content creator, so having your own niche and talking about that. There's really a lot of options here that you can go with those kind of jobs. This is what I discuss really in my ebook. So if you want to learn more about making money in crypto, definitely buy that. This is like one-time payment for the book. The link will be down below in the description. Also, if you have any questions, happy to answer, happy to guide. I've been doing different kind of technology for many years, been in crypto full time for a couple of years already, so happy to help any way possible. Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I tend to discuss everything related to crypto. I'm more on the narrative side, so looking for the new emerging narratives like meme coins, like new DeFi protocols, new chains. This is super interesting from my perspective, so I tend to cover those stuff. Also, because of my tech background, I tend to also sometimes go into details with some code as well, but not that often. So subscribe and see you in the next video.